Do you guys know about Yucca filamentosa? This is a really cool plant. And here it is in full bloom. It blooms sporadically. Right now it's late August. It's got this beautiful blue color to it. It's super tough. And you can't kill it. And when you get hungry, you've got nothing else to eat, you can eat it. That's right. That's my dinner right there. I just realized there's nothing here to eat. And I'm starting to get hungry. I've got a few avocados. But a man can live on avocados alone. He could. But I think it'll be much more of an interesting meal if I have some yucca flour. So the way you want to do this, I know the lighting is really bad. Let's get a little close up here. Basically, you're going to pull out that center part. You just want to eat the petals. They're super good, grilled with a little bit of olive oil. So I'll spend a bunch of time, and I'll be stoked. They're kind of sweet. I don't know, they're vegetative. They're good. I'll eat one right now in front of you just to prove it. Ready? Here we go. Into the boca. Kind of sweet. A little bitter when they're like this, but you cook them up, they're going to be great. So, anyway, should be a cooking show. Here we go. And we have these for sale. Survival food, people. Everybody needs survival food. Come on down. There's dinner. There's the bract. Got all the best ones. You might find a few little bugs in there, but don't worry about that. They're probably super healthy too. I don't worry about it much. You want to pick off all of the center parts of the flour, which are kind of pretty. Feed those to your tortoises because they'll eat just about anything. And I suggest when doing such a thing here, you're going to want something to drink. And in this case, this is a BJ's. I don't know what BJ stands for. It's probably not what you hope or think. But this is basically a restaurant that's a chain. And it's there's a thing called the Beer Club. Try to keep it above my neck so you don't see my ugly nakedness. And every 2 months, they charge you $32. They give you a big 6-pack of beer. They give you a free appetizer. They give you a free pizookie. The appetizers are worth like $18. Pizookie is worth like $10. Pizookie is a pizza / cookie. It's not really it looks like a pizza. But anyway, it's a big old giant chocolate chip cookie with ice cream and stuff on. Nice and hot. And then they'll give you a free large pizza. And 4 ounces extra any beer that you purchase there. So it's a really good deal. So I'm in it. And here's the beer they gave me. Oh my god, it's floating in my face. Ooh, I think I got it. Oh, I got it. All right. There she goes. That's what I'm drinking tonight. Yeah. So BJ's is a great place for all that stuff. Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna put some olive oil in here. I have this really hot pepper that I picked from a nursery where they were growing it, and this pepper was in my pocket. It was so hot. It was in my back pocket. It was so hot that I was driving around, sitting in my car, and I'm like, "What is burning my behind?" And I remember, like, "Oh my god, it's the juice from this thing." It was horrific. I mean, it was just not, on the side there. So watch out for that. I have one baby onion. I'm not sure where it came from. I'm going to use it. Put it on there, grill it up, and I will show you the beautiful simmering product as it goes. All right. There it is. Be careful because because if you put enough peppers in there and you get your head over this thing and you take a whiff, you're going to be sneezing, my friend. All right, I think it's done. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Ho, ho, ho. Red yucca flower. All right, turn this thing off. Let's go serve it up. I just wanted to show you what I was up against here. Yeah, I could have had some soup or some refried pinto beans, or for that matter, Chilean wine palm nuts. But those are kind of labor intensive. And even some little cookies, I guess. Pasta, if I was that adventurous. Coconut water, which doesn't really satisfy your hunger. A bag of chips. I'm not sure if that's really considered food. More stuff that looks like food that's not. And graham crackers, same old, same old. And yeah, there are a few random things here. And you're wondering, well, what's in the refrigerator, Gary? Must have been something. Let's check. Oh, look. More fake food. Yeah, I do have a big avocado, but I already have one out there. So I brought that. It's ripening too fast. If they ripen too fast, put them in the fridge, will slow them down. And do you see any food in here? No, I don't see any food. Do you see any food? Do you see any food? No, there's no food here. There's peanut butter. Anyway, there's relish, but so that's what forced me to be so adventurous as to go for the yucca flower. And I'm really excited. It took a little while. Probably could have run downtown and got a burrito. But had I done that, you wouldn't have your survival skills now, would you? So here, and don't feel bad for me. I actually have more accoutrements. I did find some kosher dill pickles, some old crackers that, yeah, they're slightly stale, but they're kind of good. And I'm going to make little sandwiches, beef sandwiches with the crackers, with this beef jerky that I found. And most importantly, I did bring my own avocados. However, these are the ones that I do not sell, and I'll tell you why. Because they're rat-eaten. This is the part I'm not going to eat. So you just cut off the bad part, right? No problema. And then, here's another one, case in point. You know, you got to share your bounty with others, which I did. But there's going to be a whole bunch of avocado that's untouched there I'll get into. These are standard Hass from San Diego. They're absolutely delicious. And of course, for dessert, a little bit of white sapote picked off the tree the other day. So, the only thing to add to this, as mentioned earlier, and it would benefit by another frosty mug, such as this, is the rest of this big beer from BJ's. All right, you gotta get the most important stuff out. The survival food. This is the ranch house where I grow all my palms. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I had to come up here and harvest a bunch. So here we are, trying to fortify myself for the big day tomorrow that will surely come. All right, so you're wondering what this stuff tastes like. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think it's gonna be really good. Look how pretty it is. Really pretty. Got a little bit of onion, a little bit of pepper in there, and a lot of olive oil. Here we go. You want to see a close up of the ugly face? There it is. There it is. Try to keep. It's hot up here. That's why I'm nearly naked. I have shorts on. Don't worry. I'm not going to turn the AC on for one night for one person. I'm running these fans. You can probably hear them. Open up all your windows, then with screens so the bugs don't get in. Turn a big fan on. One end of the house, the other. Just blow all the air out, and you'll be fine. So here we go. Here it is. Woo, woo, woo. It's hot. Oh. Almost tastes like pasta, like spicy pasta with lots of olive oil. I put a bunch of salt, pepper in there, probably too much salt. While I'm drinking my beer to chase it, but it's really, really yummy. I highly suggest getting in there. So they did a study recently, well, not recently, but there's argument out there that they think like, well, why did people take up agriculture? They said, well, it's easier, crops all in one place and all that. And then they're like, no, not necessarily. There's a return on investment that has to be overcome with the amount of time put in, potential crop failure, that kind of thing. They say in a lot of places in the world, it's actually much easier to be a hunter-gatherer or even just a gatherer, such as in California. That's why they never developed agriculture very much, if at all, in California, because it was just too plentiful. Like, why would you waste your time doing all this back-breaking work if you could just like live next to an avocado tree next to a river? Perfect food, right? Instead of toiling all day in the fields, you can just work on your gainer off the cliff the whole time. So there you go. So this is your foraging thing. Even if you don't have a yucca, these are really common plants. Any yucca will do. Look for the blossoms. They're all edible, and go for it. I highly recommend it. If you can find a little pepper, some olive oil, and even an onion, a little salt and pepper, possibly a beer, then that's all you need. And if you have anything beyond that, you are living large. And don't worry about the rats. And that's it. Boom, time to eat. Did you miss me yet? Okay, I thought you did, so I turned it back on. So, a little bit of an update. I decided to mix the avocado. I was just gonna eat the avocado with the crackers, those crackers. I thought, you know what? Let's try it with the flowers. It's really good. Like anything, it's kind of nice to have the unadulterated flour taste because it's so beautiful. But you can certainly add the avocados to it, and it does a nice little compliment. Then, for all you survival people like me out there, here's what you do: get your cracker, get your chunk of avocado, and a little bit of your beef jerky, and you're living large. You get it all in one bite.